And welcome back. Alright, so we have a lot of stuff here in our inventory that we need to repair. Sadly, our tool situation, while it looks to be fine here, we are using very many tools when we repair stuff, since we don't have the repairing equipment yet. And we also don't have a blacksmith. So now that we are starting to get all this basically battle-forged armor and nearly battle-forged armor, it's going to take a lot of tools, which is a huge drain on our money. Thankfully we do have 11,000 crowns currently, so it's not the end of the world. Also, here's Gajon making us anti-poison for jagged fangs, which is like whatever. I believe if we craft anti-poison, it is actually 2 jagged fangs instead of 1. So I suppose that's a slightly better result. Anyway, let's head to Hemmelsburg. And we are looking for the repair tent, or perhaps the salvage tent, to help with our tool situations. Okay. Let's buy 30 more tools here. Let's also buy all the fresh fruit we can. We can make wine out of that. Check the recruits. Okay, speaking of blacksmiths, here's a blacksmith. I am not sure if I want a blacksmith just for the reserves, but we might want to do that. Anyway, let's try this guy out. Yeah, doesn't come with hate for beasts, so cannot be used in combat. So at the moment, I mean, eventually we will want a blacksmith. Maybe just to sit in the reserves, yes, but I'm not sure if we currently want that, because the guy is paid a lot per day. He might be worth it, but maybe we can find a blacksmith that actually participates in combat. Like, he does come with some repairing efficiency, tools efficiency, salvaging, crafting, +8 inventory space. He's going to be paid a lot. And it is 1400 up front. I'll think about that for a little bit. Let's check the weaponsmith and the armorer. What's this? Stag pauldrons. I've never seen this. This must be new. Well, it's probably new. Decrease damage ignoring armor by 40%. Okay, pretty nice. Also costly, so we won't be getting that. Yeah, I don't know about the blacksmith. I just don't know. Just for the reserves. Mainly for the tools efficiency. If we get him, I think. Plus 20% tools efficiency. Paid 31 per day at the moment. I'm going to say no, but I am very unsure if that's the right call at the moment. Anyway, we are heading to Holzlag, but maybe we want to head to Brookstad first to sell stuff. Quite possibly we do. So I suppose we will. Might meet some brigands on the way as well. Okay, uneventful journey. Made it here without it becoming nighttime, and we see that the place is besieged with ambushed trade routes. Okay, here's a very cheap rat catcher. Well, I mean per day. The upfront cost is quite high because of recruit scaling. So I suppose we'll try her out. Does come with hate for beasts, also fear of beasts. 2-star melee, 1-star range defense, 1-star initiative. Gets Colossus, which is good because she would be nimble if we get her. Gets alert, dodge. Does get heightened reflexes as well if we want to level up range defense. So I think she's probably just barely good enough for us. Can make like a fencer, maybe. Does she get 100 swords though? No, she does not. Okay, that's slightly annoying. But depending on how she rolls with melee defense, with the melee skill, she might be a good frontliner with basically any weapon if she rolls well enough. So let's hire her even though it's over 500. And okay, 52 starting melee skill is not great. 32 starting hit points is horrible. Like, what the hell? 1 starting melee defense, 10 starting range defense. Lots of initiative. Poor resolve. And we don't get fortified mind. Okay, I'll keep her around for now, but we'll see. And instead of student, I think we'll just get Colossus straight away. Get to 40 hit points. Okay, starts with a +3 melee defense and melee skill roll here. And I really want the initiative, but I also really want the +4 resolve, and I kind of want the +3 hit points. So I don't know about this character. It's going to need a lot of stats to fix her up. She's a fixer-upper. And I'm not sure we'll have enough stats to actually make her endgame quality, but we'll see, we'll see. I do think she needs the resolve here, even though the +5 initiative would be very useful. So let's take the +4 resolve. Need to get to like 40. Probably. Anyway, let's give her a reach weapon. We should have one, yes we do. Also gain 1 net from recruiting her. Some armor. Have that helmet. Steal one of these armors here. Maybe this one. Yeah, that's worse. Okay. So have that equipment. Let's give Valentin this. Anywho, now we have 14 people in the combat line, which means we can no longer recruit people for the combat line unless we sit someone out for battles. Because that is our self-imposed limitation. So as we start seeing better recruits that we can afford, we might want to let someone have an unfortunate accident perhaps. But we'll think about that when we get there. Anywho, We should get a decent price here for selling, and we do. It's actually the best price we've gotten so far, I think. So let's make some money. I will even stay here for a while to repair stuff to sell, because this is a rare opportunity to actually get a good payday. Sadly, we don't have that much stuff here actually to sell. I could sell the crossbow, but I really want to keep it. I guess I'll sell the hooked blade. Okay, let's camp for a while. Repair our stuff. We'll take a lot of tools, but that's just how it is. So we should craft, I think. Yeah. Make some reinforced throwing nets, make some wine. $12 for that. Probably want to be hunting instead of gathering here. For the most part. Okay, let's wait for a while. Spend most of our tools in this effort. Wait for everything to be crafted, I suppose. Then sell the rest of the stuff. And then we need to go buy more tools from one of these places. Okay, Valram the Brawler has entered the fighting tournament. He's not taking a fall, so he can gain some nice stats here. Okay, very nice. Valram gains +3 resolve, +4 initiative, +3 melee skill and +3 melee defense. Very, very nice. Well done. Okay, we have crafted everything we were going to. Stuff is still kind of broken though. Sell this. Yeah, we really need some help with tool efficiency. And yes, we did leave that blacksmith behind earlier. I'd pretty much prefer to have the repairing tent. Even though, yes, that's going to be very costly. But we do have the money for it now. Okay, I guess we'll sell the heavy southern mace. Because it's a lot of money. I'll keep this butcher's bone cleaver around for now, even though it's not the best butcher's cleaver we could have gotten, but we might be using it. It is possible. Okay, I guess we need to move on. Okay. We're still delivering the parcel. Let's head to Steinforst, see if we can find tools. Or something else. Need to be careful around the forests, even if it's daytime. We've seen how that can go. This shouldn't count as an ambush around here, but I'll still be careful. Alright, here we are. Wait for just a tiny bit. Do something like that, I guess. For the 1 hour or 1 hour that we were camped. Okay, jackpot. We actually have a lot of nets here. So we've been looking for nets for a long time. And there are a lot of them here and they're fairly cheap, so let's buy all of them. That should make the rest of this run go far smoother. Or at least the next 50 days. Let's also buy tools. Okay, good. So that does take a lot of inventory space, but having these two nets will make so many fights doable. So now we're not that afraid of Hedge Knights, we're not that afraid of Sword Masters, we're not that afraid of Brigand Veteran. We can even take on some champions with these nets. Especially with these reinforced versions. Okay, very nice, very nice. Let us continue to hold Schlag. Deliver our parcel. Let's actually check the retinue. Can we get anything here? We can. If we can get the training dummies or the bounty board. Training dummies might be worth it. Makes men in reserve never lose mood from not taking part in battles. So that we will want eventually, I think. Bounty board we will want as well, but it's 4,000 crowns. Okay, I'll get this training dummies, but just on the off chance that we get the repairing equipment available somewhere, we'll not get it just yet. Because if I remember correctly, that is 10,000. Maybe it's 5,000 only, but... yeah, 10,000 crowns is a lot of money. Okay, here we are. Find location, courier, hunting webnets, basilisk infestation. So we've never fought basilisks. And since I've never fought basilisks in my life, I think I'll allow myself one reload just to see what kind of abilities, how tough they are. So I think we'll save the game here, take this basilisk contract, see how they are, and if they are horribly difficult, we'll just reload the game. But I want to see what their abilities are. So I'll allow myself one reload with that. So that will be exciting, never fought them. And yeah, we can eventually get runes from these black markets, even without the Vala. However, they will be horribly expensive, so we might never actually buy one. Anywho, let us level people up since we just completed a parcel delivery, and that is experience worthy. Baldwin, level 7. Also very nice +3 melee defense. Also a +3 melee skill. And let's see. We are not getting initiative on you. Yeah, we're definitely not. You are getting nimble here. Need to change your armor. Let's see. So fatigue. Do we want fatigue? Yeah, I think we do. We get access to Berserk. We don't need resolve. Not the +3 anyway. Okay, nice one. Baldwin becoming quite usable. Next up, Visho, level 8. +4 melee skill. +4 resolve. And I guess the +4 initiative, even though we haven't taken a single initiative perk just yet. Speaking of which, we might start here. So I guess we'll get dodge for you. Probably. Yeah, I think so. Underdog also pretty good. But yeah, let's get dodge. Not the best initiative character ever. Actually, let's think about this for a little bit. So yeah, you don't get alert, do you? You don't. What else can I spend your perk points on? Maybe like skillful stacking. There's also shield expertise with packs and belts. Do you get maces? You don't. And you will get a very limited amount of melee defense if I want to use you as a frontliner, so you might want a shield. Initiative will be quite mediocre. I've been giving him a couple of initiative levels though. So 15% out of 70. Is that like 10 or 11? And that will go down, but it will be at least 7, I think. Initiative is reduced only by 50% with Relentless, so it's probably worth it to get Dodge. Okay, I'll get Dodge for him, but it's not the best choice ever. Could just get Killing Frenzy, Battle Flow, stuff like that. We don't need Battle Flow, do we, though? Well, it will help with rotation. He doesn't get Berserk, but... we could also get a Rebound plus Shields, though. That's probably worth it, actually. So, we might take Dodge, but maybe we take it later on. Yeah, I think the Shields might be the best option here. Unless I really want to make a backliner out of this guy instead. He does get Polar Mastery. Tough choices. He does have a good amount of melee skill, so we might just pick Killing Frenzy here instead of the Dodge, actually. Tough choices. Let's level up Emmerich before we decide. Emmerich level 8 here. Rolls a nice +3 here for melee skill. And we are ignoring the melee defense still. We don't want the resolve because you don't get fortified mind to make use of mind over body. And we've been giving you initiative as well, as apparently. Which might be okay with freedom of movement, actually. So sure, let's get melee skill, hit points and initiative here. And what do we give you here? Berserk is good, Battle Flow is good, freedom of movement pretty good. Resilient actually excellent for him, because eventually with this abysmal melee defense he will get hit by, let's say, a Necrosavant Cleaver, and the bleeds will be absolutely devastating. So maybe Resilient is actually the pick here. I'll get freedom of movement at some point for him. Possibly even skip Dodge for him. But freedom of movement might make a good investment at some point. But I think at the moment let's get Resilient for him. For safety. Okay, next up Volram, the human donkey, as in Brawler, level 4. Rolls pretty badly here. I'm going to skip the +1 there, but let's take a +2 melee defense. And I guess we'll... We want fatigue actually for you. Well, we can go Battle Forged, yeah, but... What use for fatigue will you have? Rotation is there. Do you have Indom? You do. Okay, so let's take the fatigue, I suppose. And I'll take the +4 resolve instead of the +3 hit points. Right, perk point. Resilient is good, rotation is good. Lots of things are good here actually. We could just get packs and belts. Go along with the shield expertise. But I think this guy will probably be nimble, and I do love resilient usually. Like to make my characters very tanky. Next up, Egelina, the lazy, becomes peaceable. Is no longer bothered by spending the rest of her life out of combat. Yeah, let's get peaceable. And here's Serhilda, the rat catcher. Let's get student now, after Colossus. And also another +3 melee defense, which is nice. We are apparently ignoring range defense for heightened reflexes though, because we just need all the other stats. Which means she will have less initiative than she could have had otherwise. I'll still take the +4 resolve here, because she really needs help with that if she's going to be a frontliner. So yeah, recruiting these kind of low, how should I say, low tier recruits does come with these setbacks or handicaps, if you will. Because even though you'd like to level up the initiative and just build around that, they do need help in other areas. And we are going to need to take some +4s, even some +3 hit point rolls at some point, because even with Colossus she only has 40 hit points, which is terrible, just terrible. Anyway, let's level Wisho up. Yeah, we need to decide if we are making a frontliner or a backliner out of him. But we can delay that decision for a little bit and just pick something like Killing Frenzy perhaps. Yeah, I'm not sure what we want out of him yet. I mean, ideally we'd want just melee guards in the front line, but this guy probably not up to that. Probably. At least not until like level 15 plus. And the training equipment, training course completion. So I was contemplating dodge, I was contemplating shields. But instead I'll just take Killing Frenzy since we want that eventually. Actually, yeah, you do have sure footing, so you're at 17 melee defense instead of whatever this thinks. So maybe you will be a frontline capable character. I mean, you are on the front, but I mean for the late mid game and late game. Anyway, that's everyone leveled. Let us save the game. Let's call it Basilisks. Question mark. Okay. And let's take this Basilisk contract. I've never fought Basilisks. The reports could be dismissed as a fever dream, if not for the corpses left behind. A group of men leave a much finer building than any of them could possibly claim ownership to combined. They are dressed in clothes clearly not worn often and contrast against their sunlight, cooked skin and rough hands. They move past the beastie boyos, spitting curses and fighting amongst themselves. You enter the building and there Sickelwald of Holzschlag sits sipping wine and leafing through parchment papers. They speak to you without acknowledging your presence. I don't doubt you saw that miserable bunch that just left. They tried to convince me giant chickens swallowed their dog whole and trampled their crops. To me, sellsword, it looks like either undead or some kind of elaborate brigand scheme to frighten us. They move some papers into a new pile and produce a bag of crowns from a drawer? Seemingly with rehearsed effort, their tone becomes more moody and disapproving. I keep a rainy day fund for these things. Whatever the problem is, fix it, and it's yours. How many crowns can you muster? Okay, 1400. That implies that this is going to be like of mediocre difficulty. Okay, let's see what kind of enemies these are. So apparently they're going this way. And as I said, I'll allow myself one reload. Okay, they're in the forest, apparently. In here, I guess. Okay. So they look like giant chickens. There's 14 of them. Basilisk drones. Okay, since they're drones, does that imply that there are multiple tiers of basilisks? Anyway, let's lead them... Oh, never mind. Apparently I can't. So I was gonna lead them to the plains, but I cannot do that. Traversing a slope downwards, you fall into a shallow puddle of mud and filth. As you crawl out, you snap a femur of a deer carcass strewn out at the pool's edge. For a moment, the woods fall silent. Then, in the distance, you feel long and heavy strides becoming louder each second. Okay, so is this an ambush as well? It is. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, they have 200 hit points, decent armor. They have Berserk, Crippling Strikes, Escape Artist, so nets are less useful. They have Onslaught, so they probably have a good amount of initiative, even though we are acting before them. Maybe they don't actually have a good amount of initiative in that case. They have Overwhelm as well, so they're very bad against people who have low initiative, it seems. They have Pathfinder and they have Sundering Strikes and Steel Brow. Okay. Okay, let's see. I kind of hate this being an ambush, but as I said, we are going to allow ourselves the reload before we even take the contract. Let's gain vision. Lots of them in the northeast. Far fewer in the south. And yeah, they're like giant chickens. Interesting stuff. So they will have abilities that are not explicit from the perk list, I think. And we'll just have to wait and see what those are. Halvor is getting wrecked here if he doesn't move. Anyway, let's make some sort of defensive lines here. Move Rorgon there. We show you can take this spot. Also, yeah, I forgot to change the armor of, who was it? Baldamin. So that needs to be done at some point. Okay, Halvor, you can take that spot. We'll try Spear Wall here. Sverre. I guess you'll mostly hold, but let's wait first. Okay, we have 52 to hit this one with Ubel. Right. They do have some armor. Hold position with Balram. Baldamin, not sure yet. Asa, you can hold. Gajon. Take this position here. Chloe. Not sure. Let's just stay. And do something like this, I guess. We'll use Boldamin's rotation as we need it. Or we could just move here. Actually, let's do that. Alright, let's see how deadly they are. Okay, so far nothing really. Why are they choosing to not engage here? Okay, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, that's a lot. And that's on our initiative tank, who doesn't have steel brow. Broke his nose. Oh, headhunter as well. Okay. Anyway, let's see how difficult they are to kill here. So the spear ball seems to be quite effective. They are not avoiding the spear ball. So for future fights against these guys, maybe having like more than one spear ball could be utilized to some effect. 62 to hit here with Asa. Okay, so I think killing them is not going to be a problem. At least for companies that can actually handle the late game. But as we've seen, they do deal a lot of damage. And they have a very nice, very good chance to hit as well. It seems they can be... No, they can't be stunned because they have steel brow, but they can be dazed, of course. Let's see if we can do that. We cannot. Is any of them waiting? It doesn't seem like it. Continue to hold this position here. Go for damage. And they also have second wind. Okay. Okay, I won't be using this net because they have escape artist, I guess. Though in some cases it will be beneficial to do that even with the escape artist. Gives us some better chances to hit and more time to hit them before they can do anything. Okay, Chloe, make some room for Emmerich here. And they're not coming for this spot for whatever reason. So I guess we move here. Yeah. Might want this rotation on the northern flank, perhaps, but it's kind of difficult to get there. It's all blocked off, thanks to this forest terrain. Okay, one down. Let's see what happens here. They do be moving around a lot. Okay, 12% to hit there. Okay, they do deal a huge amount of damage, it seems. 119 damage against armor. Yeah, they have Sundering Strikes as well. So tanking them is kind of difficult, it seems, unless you have like Indomitable. So maybe this is like a little bit of a damage race, because they can be killed semi-easily. But yeah, can't really rely on tanks that aren't absolutely stellar. I won't call Asa a tank, but you know what I mean. Anywho. So this terrain is kind of working for us. If this were the plains, this fight would actually be more difficult, probably. Yeah, it would, because they would all be engaged in melee by now. And yeah, we'll see if I end up reloading this or not. I think some people might die, but we'll see. Okay, are they avoiding the spear wall now? So Asa has only 29 melee defense. This is kind of a bad spot for her, actually. Can't really do anything about that. Taking this spot is actually fine, as long as we can spear wall them out of Emeric's skin. So, whatever. Okay. Staggered and dazed there. Dazed there, that helps. Also, it will be interesting what we can actually craft out of these Basilisks. Haven't looked that up. But yeah, let's see if we even win this fight here. I mean, we probably win, but if a lot of people die, I might just reload, because I granted myself that opportunity. Need to evaluate if this fight is even worth it at this point. Let's continue to hold this passageway here. Can't really do much anyway. Okay. They have engaged on the south as well. Nice hit there. Hopefully the Basilisk misses Asa, because she's already taken quite a bit of damage. And of course she doesn't. 41% suffers grazed neck. This terrain is really bad, because we can't rotate her out with reliability. So she can take like maybe 2 hits anymore, and we are hoping for headshots if so. And we're taking a lot of damage here as well. So yeah, they're not that difficult to kill, but they are very deadly. Yeah, we'll probably end up reloading this. Not worth it. Also, the second wind clears all the dazes and stuff, which is quite annoying. Okay, reapply the daze. So, Boldamin does have rotation, can do it twice as well, but also need help here. So I think we'll just keep on fighting here, see what happens. And we'll probably end up reloading as well. Ouch. So Gajon, at risk of dying. So is Asa. There goes one of them at least. So we've killed 2. Okay, thankfully that missed. And thankfully that missed. So if we get lucky here, we might even all live. Good one, Howard. Yeah, it seems that having good backliners in a fight like this actually quite valuable. Just need to kill them fast. Nice one, this one's fleeing. Okay. So it's going to kill itself as it flees, so we should wait here instead of attack. Just conserve fatigue with Sverre. Chloe can do nothing, basically. And I think maybe some good ranged characters in a fight like this could actually be very useful as well. These guys don't have too much armor, so a bow user, for example, could be quite good at dealing with them. As long as you can keep them out of melee range. Okay, Asa is at danger here. One of them is going to take this spot. But we will have at least one turn before they're actually able to do anything. They do have Pathfinder though, so that probably means they can also attack. No, they attack once per turn, don't they? So it probably costs like 6 action points for them to attack. Okay. So what we have learned so far is that these guys can be dealt with, but you shouldn't mess with them until you're like pretty good at dealing with semi-tough enemies. Nice. 9 of them left. Okay, it was able to attack there. Thankfully it missed. So Asa needs to be rotated out. And spears are not the best weapon here, but they're actually decent, actually. They are decent. They've abandoned this flank altogether. No, they've abandoned their attempt of breaking through here for now. Let's just continue to spear wall. We only have a shot on this one with Ubel. We might even move Ubel. So we can move Gajon out of here. Probably do that. How many action points does Gajon have? He has... Where do I see it again? Keep forgetting this. Where the hell is it? Vision, chance to hit. 5. Okay, you can get only one tile. So yeah, let's move with Ubel here. Take a shot there. Baldwin probably needs to rotate. Can he rotate twice though? No, he cannot. So if we get unlucky, Asa is going to die. Which might, I think, warrant a reload. But we'll only reload this once against Basilisks. After this, there is no reloading. Anyway, Chloe once again, stuck in the middle. How does that song go again? Stuck in the middle with you. Stuck with Sir Hilda the Ratcatcher. Emmerich. I would like to use Emmerich somewhere where he can actually do something. So let's move. They are likely to come back to the north and we cannot do anything south because it's all blocked. So let's just stay here with Sami. As well with Sir Hilda. And I can't really rotate here because this flank is gonna get wrecked by these Basilisks. Halvor cannot deal with them. So having a spear wall here would be immensely useful. We cannot maintain it with Baldwin because it will cost 30 fatigue. We can... Yeah, this is quite bad. We could move here and spear wall, but after that we are kind of in a bad spot anyway. Let's move here. And I guess we spear wall for one turn. Can't really do the rotations here without risking others anyway. And we immediately fail. And also this one was able to jump here, which I should have realized. So that's on me. Okay. Good thing that those missed. One down again. But yeah, this western flank is getting absolutely devastated here. So there's 8 of them left. We see 5. Sverre could maybe go help around the north. But it's a bit of a risk. Even so, I think we need to kind of do it. Can't really leave Asa and Halvor out there. Okay, that helps. The days will help. Alright, I think this warrants... Well, we don't have the fatigue for a net, so never mind. Never mind. Let's use Sami here as well. Okay. This guy decided to go north again instead of engaging here. So the AI is kinda weird in these forests, as we saw earlier in the fight where we got ambushed, where we faced a sword master and a hedge knight, and neither of them ever got to engage us because they were just too scared to take certain positions for whatever reason. Okay, ow. Okay, still getting lucky with Asa. So we might even survive this fight with everyone, but we will have gotten lucky if so. Okay, this one's fleeing. That means Asa will survive for a while yet. Okay, good. They can only attack once per turn as long as they don't get a kill. So it's going okay, I guess. Even though a couple of people have taken a lot of damage here. But we might be fine. Okay, this one's fleeing as well. Okay, two of them here. Well, if anyone can hold this position against one of them, it's Sverre with 71 melee defense. 75% battle force value, okay. Three, 5, 6, so 2 are unaccounted for. And they're being weird with their decision making again. So for whatever reason, Sverre is like extremely intimidating in the forest, as we saw in that fight against the Swordmaster. So here they didn't want to take this spot against Sverre either, instead opting to go the long way around. Very weird stuff. But I'll take it. Right. Nice hit there by Serhilda. Alright, Asa should be in the clear now. We don't need to risk her anymore. Don't want to move her here. Skip Sverre where he is. Protect Sami. Don't have a good shot here. Move here. Get a shot on something later. Okay, weird decisions. Right, it seems we make it out of this fight without any casualties, which means no reload. But yeah, I need to be careful if we fight these guys again. I mean, we probably will, but if we fight these guys again before I've gotten significantly stronger. Facing a lot of them in melee at the same time is seemingly quite dangerous. We've seen they hit very often, and they deal a lot of damage no matter if you're nimble or battle forged. So definitely a difficult fight, but not undoable by any means. Let's keep holding these positions, I guess. Okay, this one is fleeing. They are still trying to decide exactly where they will want to engage us. Apparently it's quite a difficult decision for them. So we just hold our position and kill a couple more of them, I guess, and then the rest should flee, probably. They might even flee now that that one's dead. Let's see. Yeah, very weird. Sverre is just so intimidating with this tip staff. And his 49 melee skill. Yeah, not sure what the AI is thinking here. Why is it so difficult to like commit? I think the AI should be changed a bit, because this is a bit ridiculous that they keep doing this, just circling around us like it's some Western movie and we are the encircled caravan settlers. Anywho, I guess it works in our favor to some extent at least, so I shouldn't complain too much. So let's keep doing what we've been doing. Are you going to engage now? You're trying, but unsuccessful thanks to the spear ball. Oh, 25. Well, that should still last for one round, I think. Okay. Can we get a kill there? Not yet, at least. So that's 3, there's 5 of them. I kind of lost track where they're actually at. Just keep holding. Okay, that one's fleeing. So they kept circling us for a long time, trying to find our weak point, and finally they decided that our weak point is the spear wall guy. Okay. I mean, they are only chickens after all, but still, that is quite weird. Quite weird indeed. This spear might break now. Yeah, it did. Okay. That's fine. I accept that it's only a militia spear. Oh, you rallied, okay. Do I dare use Chloe aggressively here? Probably not. Let's move here though. Maybe that was dumb. Ah well, there's only 5 of them left and they are in bad shape, so I think I can be aggressive with Sami here as well. So, not sure why they keep avoiding this position here. But whatever. Also, we get to kill this drone. I mean, maybe that's the wrong term to use, get. Because we've now engaged in melee with 2 characters that aren't the best at it. Though Chloe does have a fair amount of melee defense. Okay, I guess we rotate Sami out of there. Right. Are ya winning, son? Well, it seems we are. It seems we are. We got a bit lucky with Asa though. Could have died very easily. Nice. Nice, nice. Also, the sling is starting to break. Just go for the damage here instead of shield walling. And that one's fleeing. Four left. Should just let this actually kill itself while fleeing instead of spending my action points and fatigue there. Shouldn't matter at this point. Okay, I expect the rest of them, the final 2 that aren't engaged in melee, to flee now. But we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, spear wall has been quite good this fight. Even with the militia spear. Alright. So I expect the game now to offer us the it's over option. Yes, it's over. Okay. So, yeah, Basilisks. Pretty tough opponents. They are not that difficult to kill, but they do deal significant damage. So, kind of risky, especially when these forest fights are so RNG dependent. Anywho, we do live through that fight. We got a bit lucky with Asa, who was in trouble for a long time but was able to not die. We get Basilisk feathers. Feather-like scales of varying length and thickness, closer to lamellar than downs. We also get foul eyes. The unfaltering cruel gaze of a basilisk. Even now, it's giving you goosebumps. And yeah, those were basilisk drones, so I'm not sure. There might be like bigger, deadlier versions of them. Probably there are. So we'll need to consider that if we see like a 3-skull option or 3-skull contract to hunt basilisks in the future. Anywho, didn't need to reload there. The cackling and screams die down as the remaining basilisks retreat into the woods, tackling and attacking each other to create distractions as they go. Feathers, gore, and the wafting smell of warm bird shit assaults your senses. You didn't get all of them, but you'd like to think that the descendants of those that got away will tell stories of how you massacred their ancestors. You make extra effort to burn the nests and smash the eggs for good measure. Let's be done with this. We have crowns to collect. Crowns to collect. Okay, Guntard gains a level, is now level 9. Rolls pretty abysmally. Let's take hit points. Do we want fatigue with you? Maybe. Maybe. Though it's not going to be that good or necessary. I'll take hit points, I'll take resolve. Guess I'll take the +1 melee skill, even though I kind of hate doing that. Instead of taking the fatigue, since I don't really think we'll need more fatigue on this guy. He's going to get rebound anyway if we decide we need 20 per turn. Anyway, what do we give you? We could just get skillful stacking actually, which is ironically more fatigue. We could just get shield expertise, we could just get underdog, though as a spear waller, it's not going to be that meaningful necessarily. Also, you broke a spear, so let's replenish your stock of spears. What do we give you? What do we give you? You're nimble. Rotation is okay. Steel brow is okay. Does help against ranged attacks as well. Let's get steel brow. I'd like for Guntard to survive, I suppose. Next up, Asa, level 9. Rolls +3s. Well, always going to roll +3 melee skill, but you know. Also rolls +3 resolve, which we will take because we have dedication and because we only rolled +2 for hit points and fatigue. Right. And we might want Brawny at this point. She is battle forged, makes use of Berserk, would like to have more pool for fatigue levels. And that enables us to equip heavier armor than this without that much of a drawback. So I think we'll go Brawny here. I think so, yeah. Let's just get Brawny. Right, and that's it for now. For levels and also for this episode, because it's been over an hour, so let's save the game. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.